Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey.
Well, ready to let them loose?
Yep, that's it. Let's see if they make us run.
Oh,
Probably so.
yeah, that one tried to get after him, but other than that, what can you expect? I mean, can you blame them? Oh yeah, they're getting after us now. Go, Joey, go!
Hey man!
Hey, man, buddy. I'm gonna get in the truck. You gotta go back and get your camera.
But also, just get as many as you can off the one that's food gets out.
You gotta move away.
Do that side again. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Well, hello everyone. How y'all doing? I'm gonna say hey to everybody over there in the chat. I thought we had 22. Now we got 19. That's the way my channel does. It'll go up, it'll go down.
This computer's all crooked, buddy. You know, get it all
Well,
jazzed
mine's saying 24 now, so
Okay, it went back up.
there we go. We're on the
Gotta tweak my volume here a little bit. Anyway, hope everybody over there is doing well. Hope y'all doing well. I guess we'll start with Mr. JW. How's your day?
Oh, wonderful. I've been checking weight and putting on DFM all day.
Yeah.
Have you eaten any of it?
What, eating into the weight?
No. No, any of the DFM.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, you typically try most of that stuff, so I'm just asking.
I won't-
Hey, I've tasted it.
Yeah.
It's like powdered sugar.
That may be what it all is.
So,
I just said that because Joey put his video out on checking weights and adding DFM today. So
oh, I
I'm
gotcha.
just aggravating him.
I see.
Oh, you hadn't done any of that?
No, I did treating bees and cleaned out a robbed out hive today,
Yeah.
and added some honey water and some of my gallon buckets that were empty. Basically, that's up. But I've been messing around with bees about all day. I've got two buddies that's each got 2 or 3 hives, and I went and treated them today. I'm going to treat them about every 4 days for get them oxalic acid vapor on their hives for them. So I went and did that this morning. Come back and cleaned out the
back up. I have one in there.
robbed out hive.
Be careful because I have other papers.
Dead mice. That's been my day.
Yeah. I actually was going to do more of what I did in that video today, and my rheumatoid has been giving me fits, and I told my wife I'm not picking up a lid. I ain't picking up nothing. So I've been aching all over, so I said I'll start again Monday. But I still got a dead out in the freezer. It's been in there a couple months. This was the bad one. You know, it wasn't just a dry dead out. It was nasty, and it's still in the freezer. I don't know if I'm going to video that or not. Well, how about y'all, Melissa?
We've been busy. We've been in Georgia since Thursday evening at the Georgia State Conference, and I've been doing the honey show, and Tom's been talking up the storm and making connections and all that stuff. So we just got, the conference ended at what, 5 or 6 today. So we ran out with Michael Mahar 21st Bees to have some dinner, and then we just got back to the hotel room. So we've been pretty busy with that stuff the last couple days. Oh yeah, Tom's officially a salesman now. He's been competing with Michael all day to see who could sell more of Michael's plastic frames.
I might be an honorary salesman for the 21st Bee Company.
Well, between him and Arda, or not Arda, Korhan from Apame, Tom was kind of talking up both of them, selling.
So I was back just for a little bit during certain periods. I was back there in their booths because they were right next to each other at the Georgia State Conference there, and in Gainesville, and so I would kind of help. Hey, where you at, Michael? Yeah, that was When Michael would go away, I'd just try to help fill in. I mean, he didn't really go away that much, honestly. But, there was times, like at any conference, whenever, when they let out of the event, everybody goes piling out there. So then everybody floods all the vendors, so you have like people stacked up in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew enough about his process and stuff, so I was trying to help out the best that I could with things. So I don't know. You have to ask Michael if I did a good job or not. But it was fun. We had a good time. We went out with Korhan and them last night and enjoyed ourselves. And Georgia really had put on a pretty good state conference. So I thought they did a really, really good job, actually.
That was
had some great speakers.
Yeah.
And learned a lot. Made some good connections.
Yeah, they had a good schedule.
I don't know. Has anybody here in the chat ever heard of a professor? He was actually originally from Germany. His name is Dr. Jörg Mayer. He does animal research, not just specifically. They can't see it. It's all bleached out. It's this guy right here. Anyway, they can't read that. He actually talked a lot about, let me see his thing here. He actually talked a lot about, let's see, this afternoon was
mitochondria.
The honeybee microbiome, and you're just apparently putting on some like, what product are you putting on the strong microbials?
The Super DFM.
Super DFM.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so he's one of the only people that I've actually ever heard. I'm not saying there's not more, but one of the only people I've ever heard outside of the research that the companies have done themselves, actually, and he kind of did it somewhat provoked. He wasn't going to throw anything out there, but he talked a lot about it, and then he mentioned throughout his talk here this afternoon about gut health and supplements and things like that. So then obviously somebody asked, so what products are you using? And he says, oh, you want me to highlight some companies, I guess, or something like that. So he actually talked about strong microbials. So this guy is a scientist and he does a lot of work on that. And he actually had some good things to say about him, honestly. So, and again, he doesn't work for them. He said that I've purchased this product 100%. Nobody's ever given me anything on that. So he said, I don't owe these companies anything. So I was actually, I don't know. This is a product I've used pretty frequently. And he had some good things to talk about with that. So anyway, all the conference speakers were actually really interesting. And we got to see some people we already knew and make some new friends and connections and land some new speakers for our workshop as well as in the future. So it's been a pretty good last couple of days, honestly.
That's good. Paul wanted me to tell what Dr. Peck had said, but unless I just missed it, I didn't get to hear him talk much. So I'm not sure if I know what he's talking about.
Oh, you come on and tell us what Dr. Peck said.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
All knows how to get in
He's
here.
a big fan of the probiotics. I think that's what I'm thinking.
This is going fast, man. These comments, I'm trying to read. Oh, yeah. Mark Miller says the hive beetles are really kicking up.
Yeah. My main yard looked pretty good. A couple of hives had 2 or 3 running around in it when you popped the lid. But for the most part, they was all doing pretty good. Now, I pulled one that didn't get on the video. I had already put all that up, and I said, oh, man, I forgot the 2 by the highway. So I just ran over there and pulled the lid off and weight checked them and sprinkled some powder on them. And the one that's in the double deep, the top didn't really look like it had that much in it. So I pulled a couple frames out, and the hive beetles that they had, they were all on one empty frame. I've seen them push them in congregations, but I've never seen them push them in all one empty frame like that before. I didn't get a picture of it because the truck was like 100 yards from me. So anyway, I took care of those.
Yeah, I unlived about 20 or 30 today that was in that hive that was robbed out. They were hid. All them cells were empty. You know, the bees had cleaned out all them cells, just almost perfectly clean, except for a few the hive beetles. I'd shake them out and give them the hive beetle treatment.
Now, these 2 in my backyard, they always got hive beetles. Anything I put back there gets hive beetles. And people say, well, they're on a wooden porch. They shouldn't, you say the hard ground, they can't reproduce, but they can crawl through those cracks and get in that soft dirt under that porch.
Yep.
Perfect brood.
I've heard that the hive beetle larva will actually crawl for several feet to reach soil.
I've heard that too.
So
I try to keep salt down. I just stay way behind with it.
And they fly quite a bit better than a lot of people give them credit for. They,
Yeah.
that can.
Oh, yeah, them rascals can fly good too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can fly just about as good as a honeybee can.
They may not can land perfect or hover, but they can sure fly.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I've seen them running around in a swarm. Watch the swarm land in a tree, and when it gets balled up, there'll be hive beetles walking around on them.
Mm-hmm. There was a presenter that actually talked about that before too. So the hive beetles will follow them.
You had a question up here, Joey. Did you see that?
I didn't.
I started.
Where's it at?
There you go.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that was a question. Now, am I misreading? Why would you pull another frame?
Did you pull the other frame just because the queen just started laying, so you're trying to boost the population?
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I mean, if so long as you have enough bees to cover that brood on that frame, then yeah.
So you're just trying to strengthen them up. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I try not to do a lot of it this time of year.
He said yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mark Miller, did you get that hydraulic problem figured out today?
Hey, Sam, I'm just curious on that. So you pulled a frame and put it in there. I'm just curious, when your queen started laying, how many frames of bees were in that box where your queen started to lay? And I'm not just talking about bees patrolling tops of the frames, but if you were to tip up the box or actually count actual frames of bees, how many that would look like?
JWC Russell Koopman has a question for you there.
Yeah, but I don't know what SP means.
Spelling. Like he might have misspelled Charlie wrong.
Oh.
Is that a Charlie behind you?
No. That's not a Charlie. That was a female.
Charlie.
Probably Charlotte, yeah. No, actually, it is. That's a Chianea cross. That's probably the best female I ever raised right there.
I just took something off screen.
It was just that comment.
Yeah, just a comment of Russell's. That's what he's saying, Charlotte. I'm sure this is a Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a believe it or not, that's kind of some of my own breeding, but they were registered Chianea, which is an Italian breed of cattle.
Huh.
I crossed them, and I'd used a couple of Charolais bulls like 5 generations back, and I still had some what I call them Smokies.
Here's Mr. John. We got to hang out with John the other day.
Yeah, we did.
Have some lunch with him and went to Bee Club and got to hang with him.
Yeah.
Met his wife.
That's right.
It's a good time.
It was. Yeah, we went to their club meeting. That's oh good Lord.
Was that Clay County?
Clay County. It's Clay County, just south of Jacksonville, actually. Yeah, appreciate you taking care of us, John.
That was a nice sized crowd in their meeting too.
Yeah, John, how many people were actually there that evening? 60 something. I think you said you counted. I got to give a presentation for that club. Hopefully everything turned out all right, John. You didn't get booed off the stage or anything. So
they had more door prizes and giveaways at that club for like a regular club meeting than I think I'd ever seen before.
They did. I was really impressed with that. And, honestly, I like to go to some of these other clubs and different conferences because some of these guys have some really good ideas. So, okay, there were 60 people there.
Yeah, it was a nice crowd.
Look at this guy right here. Mr. Michael Mahar himself. Feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, man.
Man, my Wi-Fi is stuttering so badly. I don't even know what's going on over there.
It looks good on this end.
Yeah, you're not.
No, you look good. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the conference, Michael?
Oh, he's kind of frozen up now.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's moving.
Michael, what did you think of the conference?
There it goes. You guys are freezing up so bad I couldn't understand a single word, but I think I got it fixed.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Well, you're clear on our end. Everything's
yeah, you're not, don't seem to be lagging or anything.
No.
There you go again. I may not be able to do this with the Wi-Fi here.
Hotspot your phone. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I can my phone. I'll hop back in.
All right.
Yeah, but down there at John's Club there at Clay County, they actually, they had a lot. You'd come in, and I think you had to buy their little raffle tickets that they had there. But they had all kinds of equipment, like, just all kinds of stuff. Some Hive tools, some unassembled nukes that were there, and I don't even know, they raffled off
Chicken eggs.
Oh, I don't know. There was really all kinds of stuff, and that was just a normal club meeting. 60 people there, and then they call out raffle tickets, and people go back and get their next thing they wanted to get. I don't
know. I can't remember if they had to pay for the raffle tickets or if it was like a door price thing. I don't know. John could probably. So I have a question for everybody. So John, I'm going to here's a comment from John, right? phonetically spell what you think how to pronounce John's last name in the comments. And I want to know how everybody thinks that you pronounce that last name.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you after we get a few comments.
Well, I think what you guys are doing down there, John's really good. I liked that. That's a cool thing. You know, it might help with attendance, keep people coming in. They have a chance to win some things for next to nothing. So,
and Mr. John gave us some bucket alarms to give away at the dinner. So
we got some. Thank you, John.
So get your tickets. We'll get more information about that later on in the programming.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ask Brian. Bojangle.
Yeah. I think you're not close. Sorry, Brett. You get an A for effort. Look at
Beck Stiegel. Oh, pretty close.
I think, yeah.
Pretty close.
Paul.
Not quite, but you're getting there.
What do you mean it's not?
It's not. No, it's not right. Hale is close, see?
Hale was really close.
Oh, we're getting closer.
I think so. He's like pretty darn close there.
We're pretty close. Almost. Yep.
John had to teach us how to pronounce his last name.
Keith Spillman is he's almost there.
Yeah.
He's almost there. But it was funny how he told us. And I'll never buy sheet gull. You guys are right on almost.
Yeah.
Give it a couple more guesses and I'll let you know.
I feel like Keith is the closest.
Yep. I think Keith is the closest so far. I feel like.
What do you think, John? You think he's the closest?
DC. I'm not even
yeah.
Steven
Seagal. I like that one, Brent. Good. Does Steven Seagal still make movies? I mean, I don't think so, but I used to watch all of them.
I never could get into him.
I think.
Okay, so Bundy, I think, gets it.
Yeah.
So the way John told us is boxed eagle. So a boxed eagle.
Like BOXED.
And then the bird,
and then eagle.
Boxed eagle.
So I don't know. I'm going to say Bundy would get first.
Yeah.
Keith would get second, and then
Hale.
Paul.
Yeah.
But that's a tough one.
Yep. You don't win anything for getting it right, but good job.
No. Hey, no. Here's the deal. This is what they should win, guys. This is what they should win. Drum roll. If you come to Navi, you get a free ticket for the dinner. There it is.
There you go.
Yep. Free ticket to the dinner.
Hey, speaking of that dinner, Melissa, mine just showed up yesterday on my.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That confirmation from you just popped up yesterday.
Oh, wow. Huh.
I can't remember if I did mine.
Last week, right?
I did it as soon as he asked me to. Thursday. I think it was Thursday I did it when you texted me. And I think John's going to be at the dinner. So
yeah,
Mr. Boxed Eagle will be at the dinner.
Yep.
Did I do mine or you don't know?
I can look it up. I'll look it up real quick.
She has a whole spreadsheet thing going of all that. And then there's a Facebook page too. So when you sign up, for the dinner, obviously free, but it goes to, you get an invite to, if you're on Facebook anyway, to the Facebook page, which will do updates and things like that there.
So, yeah.
But if you're not, I'm sure we can do updates other ways as well. But
I thought you was going, DC.
Oh, John's right there.
Yeah, I know John ordered tickets. I'm looking up.
So I have a question for Joey for JW and everyone in the chat, or anybody who has used Apiguard as a treatment. Okay, so this is something I didn't know because I've heard different information.
Joey, I got yours too.
Ooh, yep.
When putting an Apiguard treatment on a colony, can you feed?
Sure. You can feed anytime. May not be
Okay.
the right thing to do, but you can
Not
feed.
supposed
Okay,
to.
hold on. I'm gonna rephrase the question. Not can you feed? Is it recommended to feed, or should you feed when that treatment is on?
You can, yes. Should
Okay.
you? No.
Okay. Joey, any thoughts on that?
I've never held Apiguard in my hands, so I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, very good. Fair enough.
Never used it.
Darren says not recommended. Not recommended, but you can feed.
That's exactly right.
You can if you want Listerine tasting honey. Well, I mean, you're
This
not
is
gonna,
after you pull honey.
Yeah, this is after you pull honey. You're using the Apiguard. So, I mean, you're not supposed to be using Apiguard with any honey supers on.
I'm assuming Mark says he does not.
Mark says he doesn't. So I'm going to tell you what the gentleman from Vita Health, who is the company that produces
Apiguard, Roxanne,
So there's a guy named
BT.
David Westervelt with Vita Health. I talked to him today, actually. So I'm going to tell you what I was told. Basically, what all you guys are saying is you shouldn't feed with Apiguard treatment on because you want the bees to carry the product out uninterrupted. And this was actually told to me by, I've heard this a few different times, and I've also told this by an EAS certified master beekeeper. I mean, for whatever that's worth, right? So Sam said Bob Denny did feed. He's seen it. From frequent asked questions, a yes and a no. The bees might ignore the Apiguard and go for the feed. Okay, so Darren, that's exactly what I was told. Okay, so I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I'm going to tell you what the gentleman who educates people for Vita Health actually said. And he told me that you absolutely can. He said to me that they recommend it, is what he told me. And I've never heard that before, actually. So I was a little bit worried and concerned that, what I was told before previously, and it made sense that potentially that they might neglect that product and only go for the feed. He said, and I guess they've done some research study, that it actually enhances it. So, I mean, do what you want. But I went straight to the horse's mouth. And as a matter of fact,
Brent has a question. Are you talking sugar syrup or pollen?
Oh, I'm sorry, sugar syrup, Brent. Yeah, sugar syrup. He didn't say anything about pollen patty, and I didn't ask about that. But sugar syrup. And actually, I asked him before if he would be interested in coming on any live chats with us to discuss proper techniques, about the product. Well, because they don't just do that. They do the Roxanne. Hold on, I'll get the sheet.
I've got about 30 hives with the feeder buckets on and the Apiguard below them off to the side.
This is the products.
Here, I'll take a picture of them.
It's Apiguard, Viroxan, Fumagillin, and B402, which is Sertan. BT, whatever. It says B402.
I know, but it's called BT.
I'm just telling you what it has here. You're trying to argue with me, and I'm reading it right off the paper. She's the only lady I know that, Michael, the only lady I know that'll try to argue with me when it actually is written right here on the paper.
I know, but most people know it as BT. BT
How
stands for the.
How do I work with that?
That's all I've heard all weekend. Is just
Michael's like, I'm tired of these two.
And I had this informational sheet too that has Viroxan, frequently asked questions, tips, and tricks kind of deal. So I got other literature, and I planned on reading through some of this stuff. The ones I have are for Viroxan, and then also this talks about their products that they have. It's just kind of an advertisement. But I didn't get anything for Apigard or the other. But ironically, I didn't realize myself that they actually, Vita Health actually is the one who owned and produced the B402, not BT. According to this, right there, it says B402.
Also known as BT.
Oh my gosh, she's impossible, folks.
Tom, there's a guy one time said, for 35 years, my wife has been correcting me. She said 36.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Stone River has a question for you, Michael.
Yeah, Michael's question up there for you, Stone River.
I'm looking back to try to find it.
About 6 up.
7.
No.
8.
Talking about getting hacked, that's a whole other mess. And no, here at the hotel, so I'm connected now. I had to actually take my phone, make it a hotspot, Bluetooth my laptop to my phone. So if I vanish at any time, you know why.
Uh-oh.
But no, in terms of getting hacked and my accounts vanished and everything messed up, it's still a mess.
Hale says you can be right or you can be happy. Which would
Hey,
you choose?
Paul, you've got some wise words, buddy. I should be hanging out with you more often.
And so if anybody needs to rent a salesman for a weekend, if Tom's around, pay him. Jeez.
I mean, he did good for free, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling what he'll do.
Imagine if you paid him.
I mean, if you give him
When
like
he gets
$5
off
and a
on
grilled cheese
places like
sandwich,
that.
you might really put it out.
When he gets in places like that, he's always running that mouth, but we can't get him to say nothing here.
He's all talked out. He's been talking for 3 days straight.
Hey, I'm just trying to help a fellow beekeeper out.
I can't imagine what people were thinking when they walk by and they'd see me and Tom and Coron and Melissa. It's like there's the little group of just very special people over there listening to our conversation.
Special people.
Well,
You might be able to
And
say
so
mystery.
everybody walking by was probably like, bless their little hearts, and just kept on moving.
That's right. That's right. Bless their hearts.
well, Michael had a prime spot
He did.
for Tom to catch everybody because Michael was the very
yeah.
first booth as you walked in the door. So,
You know what's funny is when Michael was talking with people, there's a chair that was near there, and I was just sitting back, and I was actually sending an email because after I talked to a couple of people, I'd follow up with an email really quickly, and I was sending an email, and the lady, and I happened to look up, she looks at me and she goes, "Hey," she started asking about the frames or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, I got up here," so I pulled out the pamphlet and showed her the pricing and stuff on something, and she asked a couple of questions, and then I said, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "I don't actually work here." And she's like, "Oh, you don't?" And I said, "Oh no." I'm like, "That's Michael right here." I'm like, "No, it's all good." I'm like, "We're buddies." I'm like, I actually do know a lot about the frames, and I'm like, I personally have a bunch of them too. So I'm like, I do have experience with them. So I'm like, if you need any questions answered for that, I can. I'm like, some of the real technical stuff, I'm like, I would fall short, but I was trying to listen to what Michael was saying about certain things, so I would just pick up on it, and I could just kind of regurgitate that back. So, hopefully I did okay.
Yeah, it was by the point where I finished talking to somebody, and I could just kind of turn and just put my hands in my pockets and watch his conversation with other people and just hang out and take a break and
Hey,
enjoy the show.
Good. It was fun.
Yeah.
Hold on. At any
It's
point in
fun.
time, did I sell any misinformation?
No, you do. Like I say, I'm not a salesperson, so you're better at selling them than I am. I just tell people this is what they are. There's some features, if you like them, you don't. Tom's over here, this is this. Oh, this feature, this. He's like really into it, and I'm like, I that's not me. I could never do that.
I heard Tom had to get on you for telling somebody not to buy something till Navi.
No, he
Or
said
not
no.
Navi.
It's the one lady that came back toward the end of the conference, and she looks at me when I was in
yeah.
the back. back there. And she looks at me and she goes, "Hey, I need a box of those." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no problem." I go back there and get them. Like, I can get you the stuff and help you out with it, but I'm like, you have to pay him. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then Michael looks over and is like, "Oh, you're back." And she's like, "I know you told me not to buy them, but he said it's okay." She had bought a bunch of frames from him. I believe it was all mediums and deeps. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, she was looking at some like comb honey stuff, and she's redoing all of her hives. And it's like, yeah, he's like, you're just rebuilding everything and starting. He's like, you probably don't really need those right now. Get your other stuff all worked out. Then maybe that next year, play with them. And
yeah,
she's like, okay. But she kept thinking about it and coming back, and then she detoured me and went right to Tom and got him to let her have them. So then I had to tell him to her. So
well, I had already handed her the box, so it was kind of a done deal.
John says you can come visit him at Nobby.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
sell
come
for
over.
him a little while.
I'll come over and hang out in the booth. I'm glad to tell my experience with the product, and how it works for me and such. I don't have any issue with that.
Well, we'll have to start a Nobby schedule. So we're going to make an Excel sheet, and all the vendors can sign up, and we're going to take common blocks. We'll feed them lunch. So if you get them before lunch, you can feed them lunch. We'll feed them afternoon snacks, and we'll pass them around.
Now, here's the deal, though. If you can't feed me lunch that's provided at the Nobby Center, because I'm sorry.
No.
That food's trash. Okay. I'm not hitting on those guys. Hey, sorry to Cayman or to Chris, if you're in the background, I'm sorry. The food sucks. The conference is great. Everything else is good, but that food is horrible. It's hard to choke that down. So you can't feed me that.
Yeah, we'll bring you in delivery. So.
I think DC has a question for you, Michael.
Yeah, there's somebody that makes those. They make where the voids are for the hive beetles. They actually make like round cell holes. And I've seen a few pictures of them. I've never seen them in person.
I don't know.
Michael, was that Saracel?
It could be. I couldn't even. I'm not sure the name.
I think it
But
could be Saracel.
I know I've seen them, and I've seen pictures of them where they fill them in with honey and cap them. I don't think I've ever seen a picture with any kind of brood in them. But like I say, I've only seen a few pictures of them, so I really don't know.
Brian T.
I would think the parts of the bars where you push them together, you're not going to get brood in those. But where they thin out and the gap opens up, I guess it's possible, but I really don't know.
I would wonder if they're drone size, but if at the bottom of the frame where they could actually access it, the queen could lay in it, would she? Because is that cell deep enough? That would be the question.
All the pictures I've seen have always had honey in them, so I don't know. Or they've had beetles that got ran in and like propyl covered over to seal them off.
Yeah.
But I've probably only seen 5 or 6 images online. Say I don't know anybody in person who has them. I just don't know.
Yep, that's those right there.
I don't know. I was going to get a better picture, though.
Yep, I mean, why not highlight them? I actually learned a couple new things about your frames this weekend, Michael, when you were talking about the measurements and stuff that you did, and it made sense.
All the little dorky, geeky stuff I usually just never talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense, though. I never realized it, never picked up on it until you mentioned it. I had some of those frames sitting on top of the Apame hives because Korhan was right there next to us, and we were playing in his equipment, too. And when I looked at one of their frames next to it, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I mean, obviously, the Apame frames are different than Michael's, but I didn't realize they actually set just a little bit lower. And you've probably mentioned that before, and I just never listened or paid attention or whatever, but that you got just a little bit more clearance on top of those.
There's a Saracel frame with the.
Okay.
Can they see it?
Yeah.
Because I can't see the screen.
I know.
Those look pretty thin at the bottom, actually.
I don't know. I know Pierco and Blythewood are Saracel dealers. I don't know who else is. So
Yeah, there's nobody around me that's a Saracel, so I've never had a chance to see him in person.
Well, we've never seen him either. Actually, we might have seen him at Nobby, maybe. I don't remember.
Well, Saracel usually has a booth at Nobby, but they don't product because they have U.S. distributors.
Mm.
They don't have that many. They only have like 2.
Well, they used to only have Pierco and Blythewood, but I think there's a couple other places now, but I don't know. Like, because like Jane carries some of their stuff.
I don't know if she's actually a dealer though. She probably orders in pure Blythewood.
No, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, whatever.
You can actually contact Saracel and find out who their dealers are.
Mm.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take time and go around Nobby this year and try to look at everything. So, I'll come across that stuff.
Your mom and dad are both coming, or your dad's coming?
It'll probably just be me and Dad.
Yeah, so he can man the booth at a light time, and you can kind of make a trip around.
He still knows about 3 things. So,
hey,
ever been running interference? He's about useless in terms of that kind of stuff.
He better learn quick.
Oh, it
And
looks like. Sorry, go ahead.
I say he doesn't do technology, so he doesn't even do the square and run and processing orders or anything. So. I'll have to get there early and look around and stay after and look around and run around real fast.
I know.
Well, Todd, you know what the situation is. It's pretty hard to get a word in with old diarrhea mouth up there.
I'm sorry, I'll shut up.
No, we're fine. Saves my tongue.
People want to hear from you. They want to hear your wisdom, not my nonsense.
I've done put out all I know.
I think you got some gold nuggets hidden back there.
Anyway, it is what it is. So but you talk about feeding. I've got feeders on with Apigard. You know, it's the second treatment. I've got bucket feeders on everything pretty much with Apigard underneath them. But I'd say a lot of it is to where they go with the feed first, be where you had the Apigard at. If you've got top feeders, like buckets or something, they got to go through the Apigard to get to the feeder, so to speak. You don't want it right underneath you wouldn't want it right underneath the screens or the ports that you're getting your nectar out of, or your sugar water nectar, whatever you want to call it, coming out of your bucket. You don't want any drippies to come on the Apigard pads, but I've got my Apigard pads off to the side, and I got all my feeder hose primarily in the center, so they're cleaning it up good. I can tell you that from experience, and I've done it for more times than once. I go ahead and feed. I don't know that it's a smart thing to do, but I'm not. Never been accused of being too smart. So.
Well, that was straight from the guy's mouth, who actually is the product. I don't know. I need to look at his card to see what his technical position is, but he's repping their product.
Y'all see that question? If they got a chance, I'd feed them.
Well, how big are they?
Feed's cheap insurance.
Getting full again. How big are they? Like, is it something you should combine and then feed them, or is it something you should feed them separately? That would be my question.
If you have a double screen board, you can actually set them on top of a
that's a good idea too. Yep.
Well, depends on where your location is. Right now, I'm telling you from experience.
Yep.
We're in full mode dearth in my area, and it's very dry, and so you better be awful careful with anything you're feeding, because you can start you a robbing frenzy really, really quickly.
Yep.
I will throw that out there. Be very careful with especially your liquid feeds, and that's what about everybody's feeding sugar water, I suppose.
Sometimes it's safer to pull the honey out of a strong hive and feed it.
Yep. Correct. And for sure, my recommendation would be for sure not to put any additive in it. You know, with that throws out more scent, so to speak. Honeybee
Thing
helps
is,
live in right
my
now.
thing is, do you know why they're weaker than the others? Is it because of the timing of the flow? They just didn't get that chance they needed, or is it because they have a bad queen? If it's a bad queen, throw your hands up.
Okay, so he says they're all doubles, so I'm guessing they have enough bees to fill out a double, but 2 are empty. The other 21 are packed full. I'm assuming you mean at food stores. If that's yeah, I just feed them.
Yeah, but you could have a double if he's got only 2 frames of bees and the double. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want a good stout.
As long as they're can occupy that double, then yeah, I would feed them. But if not, maybe combine them. So Brian, I have a question. So that market you said you did in the teaching tent or whatever, does that market always have a teaching tent, or was this a different market or just a special event that you had a teaching tent? Because that's a good idea to have the vendors take turns doing demonstrations or whatever about their product in a little tent at the markets. I'm sure it definitely helped pick up your sales too, because it brought some attention to you and your product. And I worked the honey show this weekend with 3 Colorado people, KT, Miss Sue, and I think Linda was the other lady's name.
Was Miss Sue that gal we met down there?
Yeah.
In Rifle?
Yeah,
I told
yeah.
you she was a real
Yeah,
sweet lady.
yeah. Usually had chefs doing cooking demos.
Nightly.
That's really cool, Brian. Hey Brian, I feel like you might be a good teacher.
Yeah. That might be right up your alley.
Guarantee it.
Might be a future career for you, Brian.
Yeah, you should think about it being a teacher, Brian. I think you might be good at it.
If you want to retire from honeybee, beekeeping, you should get into the teaching field.
Maybe you know what he could do? I think he could cut his teeth in St. Louis. February 20th and 21st. Teach in there.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yep.
It's done. You're signed up. Don't say it. Do I have to put a quarter in the jar?
I can almost visual Brian right now pushing that cart around at Nobby. Where's Jen? Where's Jen? I didn't know if he was really trying to find her or trying to hide from her. Cart loaded down with stuff.
A market partner going off and talking to others, leaving their spouse minding the store.
She doesn't know anything about
Philip,
that.
nothing. I never.
She knows nothing about that.
That's my entire. Every time we go to market, I'm like,
that is a lie.
Where'd Tom go? Where is he at?
Only when it's dead.
Yeah, when it gets dead, I send him off on missions because he'll start bugging me because he starts getting antsy. I'm like, can you go get me some food? There's a coffee truck over there. I need this. Can you go check that? Can you go take some pictures of the market so I can post them on Facebook?
She thinks she's clever.
Todd, I use Blue Sky Bee Supply. I've stuck with them for 10 years now, maybe 9.
See, I make all of our labels on Canva, and then I transfer it over to either Avery or Vistaprint, depending on what size label I need for what, and print them on there. I don't watch college football.
LSU? No.
All right, don't make me get my LSU hat on.
LSU. No, see, I got my alma mater. I'm an Oklahoma Sooner, so.
Brian says politicking with other vendors is important.
But Brian, would that really be politicking, or is it just networking?
Same difference.
Politicking.
I don't know. I don't see it that way. I'm going to say networking.
Same difference.
Are you starting with JW?
I'm gonna have to block Paul.
Hey, those the vendor talks after hours, those are the best kind of talks right there. We're gossip hounds, so.
I can get that.
You learn a lot, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So DC says it's different.
Networking, man, it's different. I mean, Notre Dame's playing A&M, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're beating up on A&M. I don't know what the score is, but there's A&M. They shouldn't be beating them at all. So Notre Dame's got to be whooping up on them.
Joey, do we need a score ticker on the bottom of your screen there?
Yeah, you can send it on the bottom.
Lee, if you're still on here, can you work on that? Get a college football score ticker on the bottom of Joey's screen.
I think
That would help some of us out.
Most of it is just short story long. Yep. This conference was a good time. There was quite a few people to talk to, and
Where you guys stand there in Gainesville? Both of you stand there in Gainesville proper? Then
yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Sometimes, see, Tom likes to talk to the vendors because then he can find the one that's making the cookies, and he can get extra cookies out of them.
What?
The cookie vendor, so he can spend all the money that we made with the cookie lady
at our events.
Yeah, at our
I'm
events.
I thought you meant like one of these conferences.
No.
Cardinal baseball game. Here you go, John.
Joey starts streaming the game in the corner.
Hey, if you just put it on a TV over your shoulder in the background.
Yeah.
That way you don't get in trouble for streaming it. You don't have to pay to stream it. Just let it run.
Brian, I saw somebody, I don't know if it was a YouTube or a TikTok, and they tried to freeze dry the honey, and it didn't work out. They said it was a mess. It wasn't worth it.
Well, maybe he's got
But then I'm pretty sure that who sells the honey ice cream? No, I don't think it's
Joffrey's.
I don't know if it's Joffrey's. I think at Jane's shop she has freeze dried honey. Somebody sells freeze dried honey at her shop.
Right.
So I don't know. It'd be an interesting experiment.
Three nothing cards.
Be like a bee chat in a sports bar. Whole fat
We should have
yogurt.
thought about that. My hotel's next to Buffalo Wild Wings. We could have had like all the games in the background tonight.
You could.
We wouldn't have been able to hear anything, but on the chat.
That doesn't matter. We'll just watch screens. It's fine.
We have a Longhorn here. We don't have a Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Buffalo Wild Wings is over by Michael's hotel.
Yeah.
Oh.
He has Buffalo. We have a Longhorn right here.
And the Red Lobster.
Yeah. Not sure about that.
I've actually never been to a Red Lobster.
Depends on the franchise. Some of them's real good. Some of them's real sorry.
I can see
It's a
that.
franchise deal, you know.
Yeah.
When they first came out, I would suggest that they were all good, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Paul, save your taste buds.
Mhm.
We were trying to find a place actually to have dinner tonight that did like seafood boils, but the couple places that we found, the one was like attached to a Shell. The one was attached to a Shell gas station, and we weren't too sure about eating at a seafood boil place attached to a gas station.
It doesn't seem appropriate, does it? Certain things don't go together. Joey, you're muted.
That Chevron about 2 miles from me right here.
Yeah.
You can pump gas in the front, go inside, and eat and dine. Why is it echoing? Or you can pull around back and get crawfish, and boiled shrimp, any kind of seafood.
Is it any good?
It's good.
Yeah.
I will point out to you that when we go to Branson and Kimberling City,
Oh,
the
that's true.
old 76 barbecue place is attached to a kind of a rundown gas station, but their food is amazing.
Well, the restaurant, it's like a face front building. It's not one, it's behind the other one, the whole face across there. Part of it's gas stations, part of it's and they actually did a pretty good job of creating outdoor seating and good space out there, but that barbecue is pretty good. We were having a conversation about barbecue earlier this week and thought Georgia may not be the perfect place to get the best barbecue from. So we got
what's funny about this Chevron, the man that owns it can't put a Coke machine or any kind of drink machine on the storefront outside. It has to be on the side of the building.
Really?
So it's up against the shop next to the building. It stays busy. Every time I go there to pump gas, somebody wheels in and gets some Coke out of that machine.
Huh.
But when you walk in the store, it's a different story. You got the cash register and your regular little store. Going toward the back, you got dining tables, you got pizza going, you got full course meals going every day. Or like I said, you can order it and pull around back and get you boiled seafood and everything. And when it's in season.
So Brian made a comment here. I want to put it on the screen. The mushroom lady wanted to do a honey collab, but I said no thanks. I want to know why. What was your reasoning for not wanting to do it? Like mushrooms, like fungi mushrooms, or hallucinogenic mushrooms?
Yes and yes.
They're both fungi, huh?
Well, okay. I understand that, but I mean the ones that you eat to eat, or the ones that you eat to hallucinate.
Well,
like what was your reason for not wanting to collab with the mushroom lady?
Hey, now JW's.
I'd rather have the mushrooms. I'd rather have the mushrooms than the honey.
I thought we were friends, JW.
Pardon me?
I thought we were friends.
We are. I just was stating the fact. They're all edible. Some of them will kill you when you eat them, but they're all edible.
You'll only eat them once, right?
Mm. I had Matt was out here this week, and I had a big old what they call a brain mushroom, you know. And he said I'm going to take that to what's the little girl's name?
His wife?
No,
Alicia?
the little girl, the daughter.
Oh, I don't know his daughter's name. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Anyway, he picked it up and it had 10 jillion wood ants in it, what crawled up his arms.
Oh boy.
He lost interest pretty quickly.
I've never been in a Buc-ee's. We just got one in Missouri by Springfield on our way down to Branson to Kibling City to the lake, and we've yet to stop in there. So
pretty much a southern franchise, or
Yeah.
have been in the past anyway. There's not you don't see too many up this way.
I cannot.
I don't see any, and I don't have any that I know of in the area, but I've been in them in the south.
Not funny.
Not funny
Brian
mushrooms.
says not funny mushrooms. To make sure you're
I
not.
bought a Philly cheesesteak burrito, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear their brisket's good, but
I hear they're kind of costly. So I guess you have to pay for all that building. There's millions put up in those buildings when you have 189 pumps or whatever they have.
so now, Brian, I'm curious, like, what kind of collaboration did she want to do with honey and mushrooms? I'm fascinated now. I'm curious.
Well, we're not going to do a collab with anybody with mushrooms. I don't like
Mushrooms are Tom's favorite food.
they're nasty.
Mushrooms and onions.
I've tried to like them, but I just can't hardly eat them.
I love mushrooms.
They're almost kind of like coleslaw. You know, like the best way you eat coleslaw is you throw it in the trash. Okay, that's how you eat it.
I don't know.
Mushrooms, best thing ever.
Thank you, Michael.
No,
You gotta have a little bit of taste, Tom. Just
that's what pepper's for.
you can put pepper on mushrooms. It's fine.
Mhm.
I
Jazz
guess
it
I
up a
need
little.
to try to dip mushrooms in Tabasco or something, see if I like them.
Mushrooms on a salad with homemade ranch dressing. So good.
No, it was sauteed mushrooms.
Oh, those
All
are
the way.
amazing too. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, okay, I'll agree with one thing Dodd says there, morels. So the best way to eat a morel is to fry it in some butter, add a little salt
Mushroom
to it,
powder and honey.
and actually that I'll actually eat. Now it's been a long time since I've eaten them because I just don't take the time to hunt them in the springtime when we have them here in Missouri. But I remember those pretty good. It seemed like
Those
they were all right.
wascally mushrooms.
Yeah.
You can take them big Montebellas if you buy them at Walmart or any place when they have them.
Yep.
And they'll taste just like the morels do if you slice them up fine.
Oh, he's already got in his head that no other mushrooms are any good, so it's a whole head thing for him.
They're called squeakers, okay?
Oh my god.
Well, you know how he is. It's a head thing. You know, anybody that don't like good slaw, you know,
I told you the best way to eat it.
he might have. Well, you wrap it in a leather shoe towel, fry it.
So my youngest sister, when she was in her 20s, so probably 15 years ago, she was dating this guy, and his family called mushrooms squeakers.
Mhm.
And like ever since then,
It's stuck.
it's stuck. It's just such an odd name for mushrooms. But if you think about like when you cut a mushroom, it's like a weird texture when you cut them.
Like cutting rubber almost.
Yeah,
Right?
it's kind of I get it, but so yeah. So sometimes we'll call mushrooms squeakers because it was just the oddest thing.
Well, Highland, the lady there in this picture is probably going to come test your cilantro too. That's kind of a Spanish speaking thing.
Coriander.
Kimberly says they have that sheep head mushroom. I'm not familiar with that. Heard of it, but I don't know what that is.
Shoe leather tastes good and cooked in bacon.
Yeah. You can make anything taste good with bacon and butter, right?
DC, don't be letting that out there because that's how I can
Yep.
say that
Thank you,
they're good for
DC.
you.
Gave me a little more ammunition, buddy. So what
That's
you-
my grandpa right there, Philip.
I'll
You-
make them
you
test
used to
that
say-
bacon too.
I just chop them all up small so he doesn't know he's eating them. It's all
I
good.
know what it is. Something they're, I'd rather you cut them bigger so I can just flick them out of the way. She always has to be difficult.
Hey, my wife hates mushrooms, so I use mushroom powder and things to get more umami in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Oh, this was great. What did you do to it tonight?" And
And it's still a secret.
it's laced with just mushrooms everywhere, but she still won't go back and eat one. Yeah.
She's not going to trust you after that.
It's like, why does it taste so beefy and there's no beef in it? Mushroom powder.
Roll them in moth crystals. Tom will like them in.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah.
Whew. Mushrooms are not mushrooms.
We got way off out there left field on this go around here,
I
Joy.
think so.
I know. Beekeeping to mushrooms.
Listen, folks, stay tuned for next week where I'll actually talk a little bit about bees.
Just put honey on it too. That'll help it make it taste better.
Well,
There you go.
I was going to give you my potato soup recipe next week, so I guess I should come back around.
Hey, potato soup recipe, sign us up, buddy. I like that stuff.
Twice baked potato soup. Best thing.
I don't know, but I do like twice baked potatoes. So, I mean, sounded good so far.
Oh my gosh.
Sourdough bread bowl poured inside.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
So who has some beekeeping questions or conversation to get us back on track here?
Yeah, get us back on track, somebody. Poor Joey didn't sign up for this nonsense.
We got quite off track.
So if bees can make mushroom honey, would it taste more like honey or mushrooms? Here's your question.
I don't know.
How much mushroom would be in this honey that doesn't exist?
That's a good question.
Everybody's talking about mushroom recipes now in the comments.
So maybe Joey, there should be a section in each chat where we start to exchange recipes of our favorite dishes, right? Do like a 10-minute segment of it or something, Doesn't have to be honey related.
What kind of smoker should I use?
Yeah.
There. Todd's trying to get us back on track here. Tom's favorite smoker is the short.
No. My favorite smoker is called a Bradley. It uses these nice wooden pucks. You can smoke these great, pork butts in there. We talk about food, right?
Yeah. Can you smoke more mushrooms in there?
No.
Let's take dehydrated mushrooms and light them in your smoker.
You can't.
Can you add mushrooms to a smoker?
You could get the bees psychedelic.
Yeah. Psychedelic bees. Oh, man.
I do it all the time.
Here we go. Highland's getting us back on track.
Thank you, Highland.
Here we go. Here we go.
Who cared to answer that question?
Isn't that more of a what's your budget kind of question?
I think so.
Small scale.
That's what I would say. What is your goal? Do you plan on staying in beekeeping for a long time? What's your budget?
How many hives do you currently have?
How many do you want to have a certain number of growth, or you could with where you're at?
Hilco. Peter Moore says the max 12 Hilco.
So a 12 frame Hilco.
Mites.
Live mites. Pilot says buy once, cry once.
Well,
Yep.
I like, if I can get over there to it, that one.
That's it.
I don't even know if they actually make that one anymore. They called it a 19-gallon.
Yeah, that's a bottling tank. You're talking extractors, Joey.
Oh, they said extractor. Never mind. I like that one.
Yeah.
There it is. What you got back there, Joey?
Here you go. Brad has your answer right here.
That's the 18.
There it is. There
Well,
you go.
does budget extractor include like hand crank, or are we talking electric only? Because if you're trying to get as budget as you can, you got physically, can your shoulder take all that cranking? So is low in budget like entry level electric, or it's like what size are you talking here?
I would push anybody.
What's John's biggest extractor? The 36 that we have.
His biggest is a 48.
48. There you go. You need a 48 frame extractor. Then he can just keep growing.
I'm with Brad on this. Never buy a hand crank extractor because it may be difficult to resell, and you're going to immediately want to upgrade. There's nobody, even if you're a bodybuilder, nobody wants to hand crank that thing.
All right, I got a question. Who asked that question?
Go back up. That was Highland. Was it Highland?
I don't know. Here, I'm looking for it. Hold on.
First, I'm going to ask them, do they just have medium frames, or do they do deep frames for honey as well?
Hold on. I'm trying to find I think this is
too far.
too far.
Whatever
Here
it is.
Highland honey. Here it is. There it is.
say if you can afford to not get a tangential extractor where you have to constantly flip frames,
Yeah,
get at least try to do your best to get a radial if you can afford it, no matter
that's
what.
what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Because it
And
takes
one
twice
for
as long.
Because that's what I burned up this last summer. I was still doing tangential just because I had one. Now that's burned up, I'm never going to see one of those things again.
too much like work, right?
Yeah. I couldn't like the old ones, they had the baskets where sometimes you could flip them back and forth or you could reverse the motor. My baskets wouldn't flip and I couldn't reverse the motor. So I was pulling and flipping, pulling and flipping. You talk about a pain in the neck, man.
Somebody else asked another question. I thought I started another something up here. Oh, Greg Page right here. You can take them out after 48 hours, but then you need to store them somewhere airtight or put them back in a hive or treat them with BT or B402, Sertan.
I just
Give
leave
it
them
all the
in
names.
until I have to take them out.
Oh, hey, is Todd still in here?
Yeah.
Todd, you still in here? If so, put a yep in the comments.
Which brand? I don't know. Highland, are you asking which brand extractor and to a specific person? I think most people are suggesting Hilco.
The one thing I would point out about Hilco is they do have the best in the industry warranty. So, I mean,
Tom Haslin. We actually do have one for sale right now.
I do have one, don't I?
You do have one
Thank
for
you,
sale.
Paul.
Ah.
Harley, come out to my house. Melissa will buy us dinner. I think actually, Highland, go on John's website. He has some. He had some. I want to say some 12 frames. Oh, I forget what they were. He had some on sale.
Brian Zavada, that is a good point right there. What size door do you need to put it through? Because what extractor do we have now? The bigger one?
36.
So we have the 36. And we took that to our club's extractaganza for people to use. And it would not fit through the door frames. So we had to use that particular extractor like in the front entrance. So yes, measure your door frames and see what's going to fit through whatever opening you need to get it through before you purchase something.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't squeeze those around the corners.
Yeah, work within your budget, but consider for the future. So Todd, the gentleman, I guess he's technically the owner, and his wife, Apamon, I think is what it is. They are the ones that have the
Appy tablets.
Yeah, but the other stuff, the stuff called Hygienic Boost.
Yes.
I spoke to him today, Todd, and I name dropped you, man.
And you said that guy is a pain in my butt.
No, I didn't.
No. I mean, they said that about Todd.
Right? Oh, no, he didn't. You weren't there.
He didn't.
She wasn't there.
You're right.
Melissa and I weren't around each other hardly at all the last 2 days, with the exception of a few times in the evening. She was on his show working. So I got to network unbridled.
So you name dropped Todd's name. He wants to eat. Finish your story.
Oh, well, he can still eat. I'm just chatting here with him. Yeah, so, I name dropped you, told him that I knew you and that some of the information that I knew about his product was actually from you specifically. And he showed me the Hygienic Boost and talked to me a little bit about it. And I mean, he was definitely trying to get me to buy it. And I told him, I said that I think Todd has the stuff. I'm like, if I decide to go that route, I'll call up Todd. but he told me a little bit about it too today. So I kind of visited with them just for a little bit.
I talked to him at the Louisiana convention a little while.
Oh yeah, and that was last weekend.
It's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy.
So Brian's running a 30 frame extractor. Todd says he'll be expecting a call soon, Thomas Allen.
I just text you. I need to call you. I can just text you.
Todd, I'll tell you what. When Michael and John Boxeagle make a speaking schedule for Tom to appear at their booths, you can be his handler to walk him from booth to booth and keep him on time.
What are you talking about? I beat my own drum. I'm unbridled.
So we have to make a schedule. Then we have to get Tom basically an assistant to keep him on schedule.
Well, that's Todd.
All right. So then we have to. So we're going to have to feed them both. So we're going to have to start taking like a pool here for all the vendors and make a supply fund, and we're going to have to give prepaid debit cards or something to everybody so they can take care of all their needs, their fuel, and get them all moved around.
Sounds like a bigger hassle than what it's worth.
Todd, attach a live camera to your head and be my remote shopper. That's a great idea, DC.
Hey,
you don't need to do a camera to the head. What about the glasses that they had?
Oh yeah,
our son was trying to get us to buy. What were those glasses?
The Ray-Ban glasses with the camera.
You know what those are, Michael?
Yeah.
I forget what they're called.
Apparently they're pretty. A lot of people use them, I guess. Then they're not so bad. He was trying to get us. He goes, Dad, Mom, you guys need to buy these for when you guys are doing this, that, and the other. He's like, it's a different, like, you can still see, and you still got the camera there and all and stuff. And he's like, they're even on sale right now. You should buy them. And like, nah, we're good. We're not going to do that. So,
well, Brian, what I could do is I could get them both on like some tracking app and like have them wear shockers. And when they get off time, I'll just give them a buzz so they could get back on schedule.
Listen here, Tiny, you need to settle down. Okay.
I've had people remote shop. Like when I was at the Midwest conference, I had a guy come around with his phone, and on the other end of his phone, he had like, it was a group of people. It was like he was broadcasting to like his beekeeping club or like board members in his club as a group of people, and he was showing them like everybody's products at all the booths, and he'd ask you to tell you a little bit about them, and he would look at his phone and go, okay, who has questions about any of this? And they'd ask questions, and you'd listen, and you respond back to the whole group. And he went around and basically did shopping for like their entire club through the whole booth that way.
This was at Hobby?
No, it was at the Midwest.
Oh, okay, I got you. That
it was smaller.
It was like a Zoom call, a Zoom meeting, shopping.
Yeah, it was like it's like, oh, you show them. Are anybody interested in? Okay, how many of these do you want, or what information do you want sent to you? And he was hitting just every single booth in the entire place, just letting everybody see everything. I don't know how long it took him to do it, but he was with me for a good 10 or 15 minutes alone, just random people you could hear to ask a question, you'd answer, then a different person would ask a question, and he just held his phone up so you could hear and respond back to his phone instead of him.
I am seriously thinking about asking our boys if they want to come to Nobby just to be personal picker-uppers for people. If anybody's interested in that, let me know. I'll see if the boys are interested in coming to Nobby just to pick people's pre-orders up for them.
But they're not going to do it if they're not being paid. So
yes.
I'm just going to they're not going to do it for free. It's not community service. They're young men. They're motivated with,
dollar bills.
Yeah. And you think girls too?
Isaac is.
Isaac, yeah.
I mean, Andrew is too, but he has a girlfriend.
His girlfriend wouldn't like that.
Grace probably wouldn't appreciate that.
She wouldn't like that too much. Hey, Carl, nobody's picking on Todd. We like Todd. At Nobby, where you're going to find Todd, you're going to find me, because we're already talking about meal planning and where we're going and what we're going to eat and all that good stuff. So we're probably going to be pretty close by, I would imagine. Got to figure out that food schedule.
The trade up. Well, what's
They can come see the
who
JW
does the
dance
trade
team.
up? Who does the trade up?
Oh, that's Brian Lee's son.
Yeah,
Drew.
He does good at that. We'll leave that to Drew.
Yeah.
He does a good job with that.
I forgot about that. So we had an opportunity at Nobby here this last year to hang out with Brian Lee
And Drew.
Yeah, both of them. I'll tell you what, man. Brian Lee has done a really good job of raising that young man. He is a smart individual, just a go-getter, and I think that we had a good time chatting with him. I mean, he's just a real good conversationalist, a smart kid, and he was going through Nobby basically, and he started
Last 2 years he did it.
He started with one item that I think he got somebody to give him, and he didn't even pay for it. I think it was a Hive tool, if I remember right. And he actually would go booth to booth and get. He would trade up. Hey, I'll trade you this for something better, and he kept doing that all along the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what was his end goal? Do you recall?
Well, somebody ends up buying the final item for him, and then all that money gets donated to Hives for Heroes, I think is what he did.
Okay.
Correct.
I thought he was donating that.
Somebody put the correct information if that's incorrect.
Dirty side boys. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Paul, you were there with us sitting there talking at lunch. Yep.
Todd.
And Brian was there too.
We
Yep,
already came up
you're
with a
right.
name for the operation. It was in Irwin's and Son Enterprises.
Irwin's and Son. Irwin and Reject Sons.
I'm not related to any of you dirty side guys.
Are you still eating ice cream?
He only had 2 bites left.
Well, maybe get another carton. He is eating. I knew it.
Oh, you got more. That's a whole brand new carton.
Oh my gosh. You should be sharing with us.
Email Tom some.
Email me some, would you?
What's what you say? Because I'm listening.
The operation is Irwin and Sons, all right?
Tell them I'm
Dirty side rules, Matt says.
That's right.
Brian,
Matt.
it was nice just sitting there and visiting on Saturday because all of our feet were tired and our backs were sore from standing for the previous 3 days.
Brad, I don't like him. I don't like Todd.
Yeah,
You
you
don't like
do.
that?
Yeah, you do. Yo, Matthew, tell him we're starting that operation up. Irwin and Sons Enterprises. Tell him about that.
Todd, do you have a dearth before almonds, and how long does it last, if so?
About 11 months.
Apparently, it's been pretty long this year.
Brad.
That's semi-true, Brad.
Oh, he likes his dog.
Yeah, his dog, Boz. That's his best friend.
And then Dong.
Yeah, then Donk.
Night, Carl.
Coincidentally, I had a little problem with my dog today.
Uh-oh.
One of my bee mentees gave me a what they call a night bloom flower, if you're familiar with flowers in any way.
Mhm.
Is it a moonflower?
They call them night bloom, I think, what they call them, night bloom flowers.
Okay.
And on the way home, I stopped at another mentee's and treated 2 hives for them. And while I was there, Boz decided, I guess he got bored.
Uh-oh.
We got to chatting, and he chewed up that plant. And I wasn't very happy with my dog, my good old buddy Boz.
Uh-oh.
Boz got in trouble.
He got chewed out.
Mhm.
That didn't make him sick, did it?
I don't know. It was still alive.
Oh
Anyway.
boy,
No, I don't think so.
that's good.
He just chewed it up in 100 pieces.
Yep. He was acting out.
Must have been something in it he liked.
No, I don't know where he's bored or he's mad because I'm not doing what going on down the road. I don't know. Every once in a while, like a piece of, if I leave a napkin or something in the truck, and I leave it in there, why? You can't slow me down. I can talk about as good with my mouth full as I can with an empty. I can't hardly talk anyways. I'm responding to Todd there talking about ask me questions so I can't talk what I can talk with my mouth full.
So I am putting a link to the dinner right there.
Howdy, everybody.
Evening.
Hey, Brad.
Aha!
Aha!
Screaming now I can talk about you too.
I was trying to finish feeding my face before so I could come on and say hi.
What was for dinner, Brad? We all want to know.
Oh, you don't want to know.
No. Oh.
Some,
Well, we're
some
foodies.
gourmet hot dogs.
Okay.
Tom's favorite. Roy,
Do you-
earlier, JW said the only ice cream is chocolate ice cream. So
Do you-
I'm
do
guessing
you-
he's eating chocolate.
Do you all have you all have Costco's, right?
That's
And you have the canteen at the Costco, and they have the hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the Polish sausage hot dog.
Mhm.
That's what I was eating.
Ah.
Okay. Are they pretty good?
Nicer bun, but so I bought some of those. But the thing is, I bought them, and then I was trying to do the math in my head at the store, right? And at the canteen, you get the hot dog, hot dog, and a bun and a drink for $1.50, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And when I buy them in the cooler in the store, they're $1.95 for the hot dog. No bun, no drink, and I gotta heat it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next time I go to Costco, I'm going to go to the canteen and order a dozen hot dogs.
There you go. You'd save money, right? Even if you didn't take the drink or the bun.
Sure, you could throw the buns in the garbage and not take the drink and still save
Sure.
money.
Still saving money. Or you could say, hey, give me the hot dog and fresh buns, but don't put them together, please. So you can keep them somewhat fresh,
Yeah, exactly. So I think that would work too because it's a fully cooked product, so it's not like you're
Yeah.
just throw it in the bag and let it
done.
cool off.
Brad, do you all have Sam's Club at your neck of the woods?
We don't have Sam's Club.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if there are no Sam's Clubs in Canada, but I've never seen one.
Okay.
don't
Sounds like
know.
you're familiar with the organization, though, yeah? Or the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was told there's a relationship between Sam's Club and Costco.
I don't know that. Maybe Walmart and Sam's Club?
Yeah.
Well, no, I know the relationship between Walmart and Sam's Club. Like
Okay.
it's same outfit, basically, right?
Yeah.
I was told that the guy who owns Costco worked for Sam's Club and ripped off the business model.
Oh, I see.
JW, know anything about that?
Is there truth to that?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Well, I did a good job.
Oh yeah, Michael's over there living in Walmart country.
Yeah, I'm an hour from headquarters, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, I saw it on one of those history of food kind of deals, and they go through like an hour of how the businesses were built.
Yeah.
It's one of those classic. They had a falling out. One guy got fired. Said, "Hey, this is a great idea, so I want to do the same thing and be your rival and start a Costco." So,
Do you recall like what was timeline? What was the era that happened? When did Costco start?
trying to think. I mean, there weren't Sam's Clubs around when I was a kid, so Sam's Clubs. I don't even think those existed until what, the early 90s maybe?
Because that's about
That's a
when
good
I
question.
first saw Costco in Winnipeg. Was 90, I don't know, 91,
Sam's
92.
Club
Like
was
that.
founded in 1983.
Really?
Oh, what about Costco?
Man.
Well, they definitely weren't widespread then. But
It was
No.
started in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
There's a guy there's a guy that I deal with at my local Costco here in Winnipeg.
holy cow.
Costco. Oh no, Price Club.
He started working for Costco
1983.
1983,
Mm-hmm.
so same time. He started working for Costco when they opened in Canada, and he's the longest running Costco employee in the country.
Wow.
And he's at my local Costco. He's a really good guy.
How about that?
So the Google, the AI overview on the Google
Don't tell
says
JW that.
the first Costco warehouse was opened in Seattle, Washington in September 83, but the warehouse club itself concept originated with Price Club in 1976. Price Club and Costco merged eventually in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that would have been very close to the time that the Costco opened here in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was more of a West Coast thing, I thought, and then it kind of
Yeah.
worked its way over and got market share.
Yeah. There's 3 Costco's in Winnipeg now, and they're building 2 more now. The 4th will open in November, and the 5th, I don't know that they've even broken ground, but they've committed to building it.
So, do your Costco sell beekeeping equipment like our Sam's Club does sometimes?
I have never seen anything like that there.
I think that's regional. I've never seen beekeeping stuff in
Yeah.
any of our Sam's Clubs.
Mm-mm.
So I've seen them in ours for their. I've seen it 2 times, 2 Christmas seasons back to back, and it was really cheap junk.
Mm-hmm.
And after those 2 seasons, I haven't seen it come back. I didn't know if maybe they were bouncing it around the country and trying different markets, or if it just failed everywhere.
That's one thing I like about the Costco's here. Generally, it's not junk. Like generally, the products are reasonably priced, but they don't have a selection. If you're looking for a particular product, you buy the one that they have,
Right.
and it's generally a good quality one, right?
Yeah.
It's not junk.
I feel like Sam's is kind of the same for the most part, but I'm curious, anybody in the chat, if you've been to your Sam's and seen beekeeping products available, because the Sam's in the St. Louis area, I've never seen beekeeping stuff before.
Well, even like I've never seen beekeeping stuff, but even here between the 3 Costco's here, it seems to me that there are differences. That there's products at some of them that you're not going to see at the others, perhaps. And even there's local products. I was buying a product here the other day, and I looked at it, and it's made like 20 miles out of Winnipeg.
I see our Sam's Club. They usually have really good products, but the particular kind of beehive they had, it was a setup that had the 12 like mason jars on the top to make honey in the jar.
Oh
comb
yeah,
honey in the
Comb
jar.
honey,
yeah, beginner stuff, right?
Yeah, and it looked really nice. I mean, it had a similar look in the way it was cut and the coloring to like one of the original flow hives would. They were trying to mimic that look, so
Right.
it looked really nice, and it looked occasionally made if you didn't know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But if you kept bees at all and looked at it, you just kind of made a face and kept on walking. One of those deals.
Kind of like the Hive kits at the Tractor Supply.
Yeah, it's like if my mom was trying to buy me a hive for Christmas, and she's like, "He's a beekeeper. This looks nice." She's the kind of person that would have bought that, and given it as a gift.
Mm-hmm. That impulse buy.
And you would have been like, "Oh, thanks, Mom. Can I have the receipt?"
Yeah,
This is the wrong size.
like this would look great. This would look great in the office as a planter or something. You could take the lid off and put a big fern in it to kind of cover it all up.
Exactly. Make a mailbox out of it.
So, Brad, I heard you either last night on Charlie's or Bill's. I can't remember when. I was listening in, and you was talking about cramming bees down in the hives. You weren't
Yikes.
kidding. I watched the video this morning. You wasn't kidding, was you?
That was quite a and I didn't show all of those on the video that I did there. I don't know how many there were. There were 20, 25 of them I had to do. But that one 3-story, that was the worst. So yeah, we have so many bees this time of year. It's just ridiculous, and they have no purpose at all. You know, there's nothing in the landscape. They fly themselves to death looking for nothing. So it's just, I mean, you know, I had some comments on my video. Well, why didn't you put them in a bigger box? All that kind of stuff. Well, I could put them in a bigger box, but then I just have to winter a bigger box. Like, it really wouldn't do anything for them. So it's nice to take these 6 framers and get those through winter, and then bring them out, and then put them in a bigger box. It's partly just conserving space in the shed.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching the video. I was watching yours and I got torn away, so I only got about halfway through.
He specializes in dead outs.
Well, I do too, actually.
So we all do, I guess.
Like these new colonies, it's like, oh, look at all the bees, and it's oh, look at all the dead bees in the spring. I'm optimistic that things are going to look a lot better next spring. These nukes, I mean, wow. You know, 6-frame nuke with 5.5 frames of brood. It's just astounding.
Are you going to bigger boxes, or are you just adding another one on top?
No, I'm pushing them down to singles, and now I'm feeding them. I got the feed on. Well, I guess that was on the video too. Got the feed on yesterday, I think it was.
Okay, let's go down this rabbit hole. What is the best? Everybody talks about feeding. What's the best ratio? 1-to-1, 2-to-1?
Depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
Time of year and what you want to do.
3-to-1, 2-to-1.
So what's your? So you have to answer that question though before you can really say. So why are you feeding? What are you trying to accomplish?
I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to initiate some bee talk here.
Well, personally, I never use anything but the thickest syrup I can mix, and it ends up being just under 2-to-1. Just because, you know, my climate and my objectives and stuff.
You know, I personally never go over to 1-to-1, but I'm not, you know, that's just the way I do
Totally
things.
different
I'm
climate,
just trying to initiate conversation, you know.
Yeah, different climate, different objectives. In the fall, you know, I need to get as much feed into them as fast as I can, and it's thick syrup is easier for them to dry down and cure up, seal off for winter feed. So that's my objective for that. Thin syrup leaks out the pails a lot easier. It spoils faster.
Yep.
As far as Bob Binney says, it stimulates brood production, so that would be good in the spring. But brood production here, I think, is more regulated by temperature than it is really anything else. They'll rear as much brood as the temperatures will allow.
I'm starting to get a little bit of feedback.
I don't know why I'm hearing an echo, but
yeah,
I'm not hearing anything. So we do either 3/4-to-1 or 1-to-1 in early spring to get them to brood up and for wax production. And then like whenever we did, and Tom puts the Hive Alive what is that you put an additive in it, which helps with it fermenting. And then
It'll actually keep for a long time
like all summer long.
if
And-
necessary. I don't typically mix it more than I need, but
Do
And
you
then
care to share what that additive is?
it's the Hive Alive.
yeah, it's the Hive Alive.
Have a live additive. Most of those will do that. Honeybee Healthy, Pro Health, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. They'll keep it. They'll keep it
Right.
fresh for a long time.
Mhm.
So
Years.
we'll do that.
Bleach.
Years.
We'll do that in early spring if needed. And then like after we took the supers off and did the Apagard, we just got done feeding also because we're kind of in a dearth right now, and that was 1-to-1 that we fed them.
Yep. But I'll
And-
be switching very quickly.
Now we'll be trying to get them to bulk up, so we'll switch it up to 2-to-1.
What kind of feeder are you using for that?
So we do mostly hive top feeders, like the Band Lake or the Saracel hive top feeders. We've got
Right.
some division board frame feeders from Motherload, some from Enel. Do you have some Man Lake ones too? No.
Just those
So
two.
Motherload and Enel. And then he did just buy all those buckets from Greg, but those are for when he has time to move things over to those two-way pallets, and we've not had time to do that yet. So we've got a bunch of buckets that
Yeah.
we'll be able to use here soon.
I'll be interested to hear if you have any struggles with the buckets, particularly with thin syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never used buckets before, so it'll be
We did early on.
yeah,
We
but
had-
it
We had a
wasn't
couple, very small
just-
scale. We used early on.
Like Bob Binney, he talks about thin syrup, and he uses buckets. He uses internal feeders, but he uses buckets too. And but they just poke, 1 or 2 little holes in the plug, whereas the buckets that we have, they have 2 holes that are 3/8 of an inch in the lid, and then that's covered over with a stainless steel screen. It's a very small mesh screen, and it generally works good, but they leak sometimes.
That's what I like, Brad, is I like the screens in them and the buckets, and then I use the fill plugs. I use just straight plugs.
Yeah.
To fill them with. I never touch them otherwise. That's the reason I was asking the other night if anybody had a good idea on how to clean those buckets out. Because I like to not ever. I don't want to ever remove the lid once I
No.
put it on there unless I have to.
No, because the security seal keeps the tabs clicked in tight, and also removing it just in itself will hasten the
You're
leakage.
filling it from the plug. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. The thing about the screen is that helps get the feed in fast, because it'll be a 2-inch screen or bigger on the big pails, and so when you tip that over, if you were to look at it, you'll see the whole screen is a film of syrup. It's not 1 or 2 holes.
Yeah.
Right. So you'll get 50 bees drinking that syrup at one time. So that's really helpful for us to get the syrup in fast before the cold weather comes.
Yeah. Yeah, your window is definitely shrunk down and very much condensed over what we experienced.
Yeah, it's it's easy to not get on it, because we have to start right around Labor Day. We have to start feeding, but the weather is beautiful, and you think, oh, I got lots of time, and
Yeah.
you put a pail on, and a week later it's empty, and think, oh, this is easy. You put another pail on, and a month later it's not empty, and then it's cold, and they don't take it very well. So that's just kind of how it goes every year for me. It's deceiving how much time you have.
So Michael had to drop off because he's got to start packing up so he can hit the road to head home tomorrow. That's why he dropped off.
DC use them for sugar syrup, and then flush them with an oxalic acid or with an acidic or bleach mix to kill anything growing. Yeah, when I wash my pails, I rinse them with bleach water.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it doesn't prevent it though. Like you really need to leave the bleach water in there for a while for it to really get that black stuff out of there.
Mhm.
I cleaned my tank with that this year. I filled my 1,000-liter tote with water, dumped in a gallon of bleach in there, and I let it sit for a day because there was some residue on the edge, on the sides, some black residue. And I hadn't been concerned about that, but I started looking at my timeline, and I've been really racking my brain to figure out why I've been struggling the last few years. And I think there's a lot of different things in there, but when I started using that tank to mix my syrup, it seems that I had a lot more poopy problems in the hive in the winter.
Oh.
So maybe it's not getting that tank clean or something. So that's why I went through the extra effort this year to do that. I kind of messed up though. I should have taken that 1,000 liters and filled my pails with it. Left it in there and then filled my pails with it. That's it for a day.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Bleach, clean those, but I didn't do it. Next year, maybe I'll do the same thing.
That'd be a good maintenance.
What's that?
I say that's what I'm trying to do on some of my older buckets is get them cleaned back up because I've kind of let them go last year and I've got quite a bit of black, mold in them.
There's some nozzles you can get for your pressure washer that wash in a horizontal kind of a thing and even up, so you can put it in that feed hole, put it in that fill hole in the pail, and it should kind of wash the whole thing. I plan to get one of those to help wash the pails.
Just go to Walmart, get one of those cheap inflatable swimming pools, fill it with bleach water, submerge all the buckets in there, leave them in there for a day or two, and then
No, I've got something a lot better than that. I got about 2,100-gallon leftover cattle watering tanks.
Yep, I was gonna say you got those feed troughs, yeah.
That's what I should have done. I should have done this last fall instead of this fall.
Tom wants to know if you ate all your ice cream, JW.
Doesn't pay to be lazy in the bee business.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. Doesn't pay to be lazy in the bee business.
Matt's quoting something I said on my video. Which is the best feeder? The feeder you hate the least. That's the way it is, because they all have things to hate about them.
Yep, that's true.
I'm bopping in and out, Joey, because my dog's going in and out. So that's the reason I'm off and on.
Tell JW to turn the orange.
JW's not on the screen right now.
Quack. Go get him, fetch him. Go get quack. Go fetch your quack. Get quack.
So, Joey, those colonies that got all the bees, I want to start doing my oxalic acid vapor, but I can't see the entrances of most of my hives. I don't know where to put it. It's just all bees. I've
Just
got this one hive
just
back
aim it
there.
for
Yeah, exactly. I'm just give them some of this, and they'll clear out, and then I can put it in the entrance. I've got this one hive. It's so strong. After I harvested the honey and pushed everything down, uh, it's two-way pallet, of course, right? So that the whole front of the two-way pallet is bees, right, from the lid all the way to the bottom, and then on the one side it goes all the way back, and then there's even a few bees on the back side of that hive. What do you do, right? I wish I could do something with those bees, but there's just nothing for them. These late splits that Ian's been doing and Phil's been doing, that's a really good idea, but you need to have queens, so you need to
yeah.
either raise them or buy them or something.
Now, how much longer before you bring them in? It's still got a little while, don't you?
Oh yeah, it'll be 6 weeks at least. It's usually, I've noticed, the first week in November. Now winter as many as I can outside again. I'm planning that little out yard that I've got this year. I'm planning to just wrap those in place and leave them there. Try that out.
Have you had any snow yet this year, Brad, already?
No,
Yeah.
no, we
I
got it.
know when I used to go up there around Langruth, I've have it snowed up there in August sometimes. So
You could, well,
not every year, but on a couple of
yeah,
years.
certainly not every year.
Yeah.
We will invariably have snow before Halloween.
Yeah.
Sometimes not snow that stays, but I remember years, and this goes back a long ways. This goes back to the early 90s. I remember one year, it was the first week in October, we got a really heavy snow, and that stayed until spring. It was awful because we had a foot and a half of this heavy, wet snow, and it didn't go away
Well, I'm
for
in
5 months.
southern Illinois, and I think it was 84 or 5. We had snow. I rode to the neighbors on a snowmobile, and we had snow all winter that, and everyone in the country went and bought snowmobiles, hadn't been able to use them since. Just never had enough snow to run them on since that time. That winter we had on snow from Thanksgiving till
Was that 85? You said?
85, 80, along that area.
I was going to ask if it was because we had a snowstorm in there. I'm trying to think. Was it 86?
85. Well, I'm not going to say the year for sure, but it's in that.
Yeah, it might have been that same year. I'm thinking
Yeah.
because that's the year we had a snowstorm early in the season, and Winnipeg. I wasn't living in Winnipeg. I was living up north, but Winnipeg got like 5 feet of snow in 2 days.
Yeah.
It was literally the whole city was shut down for a couple of weeks at least, and the only thing that was moving in that city were snowmobiles. So if anybody, like the whole city, everybody, of course around here, people, anybody has a car has a snowmobile. So all of the people who had snowmobiles were doing all of the emergency services. Anybody had to go to the hospital or something, it was snowmobiles. And it was really incredible. And that snow, of course, it was early in the season. I want to say it was October, but maybe November. So by the time they got the streets cleared, the snowbanks by the streets were 7 feet high.
Yeah.
And it was like that all winter.
That was the same winter it came on further south. I don't know where
So it might have been the same winter, yeah.
Because I never seen it in this country, but you could ride snowmobiles over the fences. It wasn't that deep over the whole. But when the wind blew it,
and there's a movie, you can see that in the movie, there's a movie called Mob Story,
Okay.
and starring a famous Canadian actor at the time, Al Waxman, and that was shot in Winnipeg that winter. And so you can see, I've seen clips of, I've never seen the whole movie, but I've seen clips of that movie, and you can see that these shots of Winnipeg in that movie, and snowbanks by the road that are 8 feet high. It's just nuts.
Like I said, whatever year that was, it was in the mid 80s, I'm going to say, and I can't tell you 84 through 86 or 7.
I'm thinking it was. I want to say it was 87, but
Okay. Whatever year it was, I know we went to my wife's folks lived in Florida at the time. We took the kids down there for spring break and come home. You can still snowmobile. There's snow there, which is very unusual for this country, but we had it that year.
1986, November 7th. Roy, yeah. So the survival rate. So the first thing I'll say is the survival rate, indoor wintering and outdoor wintering around here, is not statistically significant. The difference, it's like 1 point or something on average. Indoors a little more predictable. It's kind of like, you winter indoors is just kind of like putting a really big winter wrap on all of your hives instead of putting individual winter wraps on them. And then, you can control, if we have 2 months of minus 40 weather, your indoor bees aren't feeling that. They don't know any different because it's 4 degrees in the building. I don't think, in our part of the world, because the bees practically go dormant, our wintering success can be every bit as good or better than a lot of people much farther south. Because, I mean, I go to look at Joey, right? He's got flight and brood all winter.
Yep.
But no feed, right? Your bees are flying themselves to death looking for nothing all winter. Well, my bees aren't. So I think that really works to my advantage, to be honest. When I started beekeeping, I couldn't believe that you could put a box of bugs in the backyard, let it get covered in snow and sit out there for months on end and come back and there'd be anything alive inside. But there was. It's really quite surprising.
I have a question. Since Tom and I are kind of in planning mode for EMBA's thing and future whatnots, what is one speaker that you would like to see and why? Just like if you could pick somebody that you would love to see them talk, who is it and why? Or what would you like them to talk about? Huh? Just in general. Just in general. I'm just curious.
I'll give you two.
Okay.
Tom Seeley and Keith Delaplane.
Keith Delaplane was at this conference we were at today. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he was here. I don't know if he could talk or not.
He's such an interesting speaker. He just has a way, like the things that he speaks, that I've heard him speak about, are pretty deep and technical, but he has a way of talking about it that makes it very interesting and very understandable.
Bob Binney, because he's real cool.
Bob Binney is ultra cool.
He's laid back.
I talked to Bob today. He is cool. He's just like the calmest person I think I've ever met.
Bob?
Yeah.
He is. He's so chill. He's so humble.
Mm-hmm.
I just, when he was here, I spent a few days with him. I was constantly surprised how incredibly humble he is. You know,
John Boxiegel, Jamie Ellis. We saw Jamie Ellis last year in Illinois. He is a great speaker. He's really good.
yes, that's another one.
Brian. Hale, I don't think we can get Brother Adam, but I appreciate your contribution to the
Start
comments.
working on that.
Yeah. Maybe we could do a seance and bring, I don't know that he'd appreciate a seance, but
Yeah, don't do that.
I know, right? Yeah, Ellis. Ellis was a great speaker. He really was.
He's one of the few that could keep my attention for
Look
the
that up,
truth
PC.
of the conversation, but he does. He breaks it down on a layman's level, so to speak. Jamie Ellis is a real good speaker.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know who else? There's
Mhm.
he works for USDA
Mhm.
in Baton Rouge. Is
Yeah.
I had his name and it's
Frank
just
Rinkovich.
yeah, Frank Rinkovich. He was here a few years ago, and you know, I remember when he did his presentation. It just struck me so well the way he presented his material. And I
Mhm.
asked him when he was done. He came. I was sitting at the same table, and he sat down. And I said, "Have you ever been a teacher?" And he
Mhm.
said, "Oh." I said, "Well, you should be. You really present that well."
Yeah, he was good. We saw him 2 years ago, Joey, when we visited your club down there. Frank Rinkovich. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah. And
or
Adam,
three. Might have been 3 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago, just this
Year
September.
before last is when y'all
Yeah.
were down there.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Down there
He was. He's good.
that we didn't have last year.
Yeah. And I think he's supposed to be coming to ours in the EMBA in February. I'd have to confirm that with Tom, but I think that he was. I think it depending on what funding went through or something like that. But last I heard, he was a go. University of Guelph guy. I always forget his name, DC, but
Paul
yeah,
Kelly.
I love him. Paul Kelly. Yes, thank you, Brad. Yeah, he's great. I love his videos. He seems like a really calm guy too. Not overly excited. Steve Clifford. I don't know who that is, Matt. I'll have to look that up. David Peck was just here. He was good. I like David. He was good.
I don't know how far he travels, but anytime you can get or go to listen to Dr. Jeffrey Harris
Uh-huh.
from Mississippi, he does a good talk.
What does he talk on?
Well, just about any subject you want him to talk on. This is a guy that his credentials are about bees. He's been a beekeeper since he was probably 12 years old. So he pretty much knows the ins and outs on all directions of beekeeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just always interested, like, to see who else, like I know who I'm interested in, who's Tom's interested in, and who we've seen and whatnot. But I'm always curious to see, like, who else interests everybody else. Kent Williams is amazing, Paul, who is also going to be at the EMBA thing in February.
EMBA, is that the Wisconsin show?
No, that's ours in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Eastern Missouri Beekeepers
Eastern
Association.
Missouri. Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's
guys
called
are
Midwest.
We're getting unpublished information here. We haven't even released anything saying what speakers that are going to be there yet.
What were we saying, JW?
That one you're thinking about in Wisconsin is called Midwest, I think.
Yeah,
Midwest.
Midwest Honeybee Expo. They have a great lineup this year too. They have some
Yeah?
good people coming. I think Tom and I are going up there too. Oh, Michael Palmer would be great. Mike Tangway.
Uh,
I don't know how much he travels though. I don't know that
Yeah.
since
You're
COVID
not
that he
gonna get
travels anymore.
Yeah, he's
can't get him to even come to Nobby down there. So
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for them, of course, but I'm just
I know
telling
he's tried, yeah.
you, I don't think you're going to get him.
Corey. Paul, are you talking about Corey Stevens?
Corey Stevens has got some good presentations.
Yeah, we've had Corey quite a few times, but he has some really good talks. Yep.
One of the
Corey's
I'm just
Corey's about 3 hours from us.
thinking about different talks and I mean, Randy Oliver's got so much to share and whatnot, but I remember when he was up here, he did a few different presentations for us, and the one that I always remember that I enjoyed so much was it wasn't a presentation of, well, let me explain to you my latest work, and data and all kinds of stuff. No, it was a presentation, a year in my life, right? And he just took you through a whole year in what they do on their farm, kind of
Yeah.
thing. A little bit of pollination and then all their work and whatnot. It was so interesting to just be a fly on the wall and watch what they just do kind of day by day throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. Mike got to talk to Mike Palmer for about 2 hours about a month ago. That's cool. Corey, not sure how to spell it. What Corey, DC? Regional, yeah. Regional is definitely a big thing. Sue Kobe, yeah. Corey Stevens, yep. Corey does have several good talks.
I like Corey's.
Does Ashby Miller do any talking?
Ashby? I don't know. I think he's given talks before, but I don't know how often he does it or what talks he gives. I feel like he has done some things before, but I'm not sure. David Burns.
Yeah, me too.
I've actually never seen a talk of David Burns. I've seen, his stuff on YouTube, but I've never actually gone to one of his speaking engagements. Mike Berry.
Mike Berry.
He does some good talks.
What did he talk about at the Louisiana thing?
The mentorship, if I remember right.
Okay.
I've seen him do it a couple of times. He's real good at it. He's got 3 or 4 real good talks.
Yeah.
And that's one of his best, the mentorship.
Does he talk about a specific mentorship program or just mentorship in general?
In general, he talks about what he had to go through,
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of covers have respect for your mentor, and at the same time, the mentor have respect for the mentee. He brings it full circle.
Do you think that would be a good talk for everybody in general, like a general assembly talk, or a better talk for like a beginner beekeeper's talk?
He actually did that talk at the Louisiana Beekeepers Convention. It went over real good.
for the
Yeah,
General Assembly.
Yep.
Okay.
and you know, I'm gonna throw this in there. Uh, having a mentor, getting a mentor, and having a mentor isn't a new beekeeper thing,
No.
right? It's a beekeeper thing,
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a beekeeper and you think you don't need a mentor, well, God help you. Uh,
That's why I got Joy.
you you need a mentor, right?
Mm.
And
Am I a
and it
mentor or a fall guy?
has yeah, somebody to blame. And as great as YouTube can be, YouTube's not the best mentor, right?
Yeah,
You really need
absolutely.
somebody
I
in your
agree
life.
100% there.
Yeah, yeah. We talk about mentorship at our last association meeting, and we have a mentorship program where we'll match. And it doesn't have to be new people. If you don't have a mentor, we'll find you a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our program has a mentorship program also. It's free. You just have to be a member of the club and have taken a beginner beekeeping, some sort of beekeeping class. I'm missing some up here that people have commented. Fred Dunn would be a great speaker. Yes, amazing. Let's see. Somebody said, where's it at? Oh, Larry Connor. So Larry Connor spoke at Missouri State the spring, and he was a good speaker. The only thing is his stuff was to the General Assembly. Like, so many people had no idea what he was talking about. Like, his stuff was just so way over, like it was way too
He's,
technical and sciencey and
yeah,
whatnot.
he's very
And
academic.
it was very, yes, academic, and a lot of people got lost.
Yeah.
And so that would be my only, I'm not saying it wasn't good information, because it was good information, but it's very hard for a lot of people to follow. Let's see. Brian's trying to cause trouble. Charlie and his can teach about the demery. He could teach about the demery. His Nathan. Oh, there's a guy Nathan had on his video and talked about checkerboarding honey supers. I wonder who that was. That'd be interesting. Nathan Coleman actually has a really good marketing talk. He did, yeah, Nathan at Duck River. His marketing talk is really good. So if you can get Nathan to come to one of your workshops or whatever, or suggest him for a workshop, he does a great one on marketing. Dewey Karen. Yeah, those are all great suggestions. Seeing if I missed anything. Cameron Jack. I've never heard Cameron Jack talk, but besides like on some being interviewed on a YouTube video or something like that. But yeah, he'd be interesting. Megan Milbrandt. I've heard that name, but I don't know.
Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a lot of material. She's brilliant.
Yeah. Cameron Jack's interesting. Cameron's good. The perfect pop. Maybe Hale, maybe that could be a breakout session talk. Oh man.
I know I'm going to think of somebody else when the live goes away.
Always looking for suggestions of speakers and whatnot. So
You may have already said it, Melissa. Did you have something you needed to say about the
about the dinner. So
dinner?
I'll just bring it up real quick. The dinner is going to be that Wednesday evening of Nobby. I don't have my calendar up, so I don't know what day that is specifically. Here, hold on, I'll tell you. Wednesday, January 7th at the Signature Venues in Louisville, Kentucky from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Tickets are free. Here is the link to get your ticket. Right now there are 53, I believe, tickets accounted for already. We have capacity for 175. So,
Fingers crossed.
yeah. Well, the hall has been reserved. We definitely have capacity for 100. We've been there. We've put eyes on this place, so we definitely have capacity for 175. So if you want to come, you're coming to Nabi, you're going to come in that Wednesday. The venue right now, we have had funds donated to us, enough funds to somebody has covered the entire hall expense, so we don't have to charge for tickets. Right now, we have funds donated enough that we can provide some maybe light finger foods, beverages, and desserts. And then if more people want to donate, feel free to. It's not an obligation. My Venmo link is actually on the reservation page. If you want to get that, all that information's there. You cannot just search the event. It's a private event, so you have to go through the link to get to the event. If we collect enough money, we will switch from doing just finger foods and desserts to actually like ordering pizza and have pizza delivered or picked up or whatever, have an actual pizza party. But the venue does allow outside food, so you can feel free to stop by your favorite restaurant and bring takeout and eat it there. It's really just going to be a hangout for some get together the night before all the chaos starts. We'll have some giveaways and things like that. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. The link's there if you want to get your tickets. Don't wait, because I have a feeling, these tickets have only been live for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now, and already 52, 53 of them are accounted for. So if you're going to come in town on Wednesday and you want to hang out, I would get your ticket now. I wouldn't wait till the last minute, because once 175 are gone, we can't accept any more people in, because our contract with the facility is for 175 people. So that's what we're at right now. But yeah.
So basically, if you can't eat finger foods, you have to bring your own food, huh?
Right. And the finger foods are going to consist of, I have no clue, because that's all going to be purchased when I get down there and stop at Sam's. So I cannot give you a menu of what finger foods will be available. That'll be a last minute, what's at Sam's when I get there. So keep that in mind. But yeah, right now we have a decent amount of money donated, not enough to order food for, to feed dinner to 175 people. But if we get enough money donated, we will switch from finger foods to ordering food. And then whatever funds are not used on the dinner, and I have track of who's donated, how much they've donated, keeping track of what we're spending on decorations and food and all that whatnot. And if you want to donate, it's appreciated. Send your logo for your beekeeping company or whatever, so we can recognize and make sure I have your name, not just your screen name, your YouTube name, because everybody who donates will get recognized at the dinner and whatnot also. But any funds that are left over from the dinner will be getting donated to Hives for Heroes. So just nobody's money will be getting refunded, just so you know, because I'm not going to keep track of all that. but any money funds left over from the dinner will be getting donated to Hives for Heroes. So just keep that in mind. What day are we? We're getting down there on that Wednesday afternoon sometime. So on the 7th, we'll be getting into Louisville.
I still hadn't booked my motel.
Well, you got your dinner ticket, so you better book.
I might be sleeping in the truck.
It'll be chilly sleeping in the truck that time of year. You better bring the RV. But yeah, so
It's a Four Seasons RV, but I don't know about below zero staying in no camper by any means.
but it was a good time
You
last
can
year.
do it, Joey.
Together, it was fun. So I think
Speaking as a Canadian, you can do it.
you can do it. Just
Our little camper van, we like I wouldn't consider that a 4-season RV. It's just a van. It's a full size van. We camped in that one night it was -30. Actually, 2 nights we stayed in that. It was about -30 the whole time. It was, and we were quite comfortable. You just have to make sure you don't step on the floor. We learned that. Because not insulated, right? The floor is not insulated. It was, but yeah, we were quite comfortable.
but yes, it will be a good time.
Well, we've been going almost 2.5 hours, y'all. It's been a good 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close the chat down.
Yes, Brian.
And before I forget, I should have said this sooner while there was more people on. I will not be doing a live next Saturday. Tim and Hannah's going to be on that night. We're kind of switching nights, but if they need Sunday too, we'll move to Monday. So we'll see about that. All right. We'll go ahead and say good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.